Okay. Hey guys. I think it's time to start a new series. I'll be posting Rhythm Heaven 3 once I have the time to. I researched that there is 5 and 6 and there's also 7 and 8, so I'll be doing that in a future video for part 3 and part 4 in Rhythm Heaven. But I think it's time to start tutorial on Scratch. We're going to start with not motion or looks or sound, but events and control. In this episode, we'll look at some simple things from motion, looks, and sound, but we're mostly focusing on events and control. We're probably going to do sensing and operators, and then variables and lists, and then my blocks at one of the end episodes. So let's start. Firstly, we need to get to know all the event blocks. This is the when flag clicked block. When clicked, this will work. Let's bring in a costume for this. Costume 2. Okay. Now we switch costume to costume 2 when we press the green flag. So it looks like this. Oh, just wait, I need to switch it back to costume 1. And then when we click, bam, switches. Also, disclaimer, we are only going to look at these control blocks. Later, we're going to do these blocks in the sensing and operators episode. So stay tuned for that episode. When key press block, you can set the key that you want to press. For example, M. Firstly, we want to switch this back to costume 1. And then when M press, we switch it to costume 2. So when the green flag starts, the cat looks normal. And then when we click M, it switches to this costume. That's pretty much the space or key press block. When sprite is clicked. This is what happens when you click a sprite. But there is better alternatives for this one. Further on, when start, and you click the sprite, boom, changes because we put the switch costume. You can do this to make stuff like, we can go to sounds. Actually, no, let's make a new sprite. Click choose a sprite. I think I want a button. Let's take button 1 over here. And when this sprite is clicked, make the pop sound. We'll do a tutorial on looks and sound in like the next episode. And now when we click it, it makes a pop sound. Pretty cool, right? Okay. When backdrop switches to backdrop. This one is what happens when you switch a backdrop to a specific one. Let's choose a backdrop. Choose a backdrop. I like this blue sky. It's simple and it's great. Okay. Switch costume 1, and when backdrop switches to blue sky. So when it turns into this sky, it will change. And when this sprite clicked, so when we click the scratch cat, we change the backdrop to blue sky. And for this one, we switch it to costume 2. Simple, yet effective. Okay, so when we click the sprite, we also need to set the backdrop to regular. Make sure always set everything to the one you want, or else you're going to have some glitchy stuff in your games. Okay, when we click it, boom, the switches costume and backdrop has changed. When loudness is less than 10. This one is tricky. Because when loudness is more than 10, it will happen. So we can set volume, or when timer is more than 10. Loudness is, I think this is loud enough. If this meow sound is louder than 10, that will switch it to blue sky. Looks like it was, but if we do like 100, what would it be? Yep, nothing. And then timer, when timer is, we're going to look at timer in a later episode. So when you always start this, the green flag, the timer will always start at 0. Okay, so reset timer because it sets it to 0. When timer is more than 10, switch backdrop to blue sky. And then wait 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10. Bam. Transforms it. We're going to look at timer a lot more in the sensing episode. There's also a loudness meter to see how loud it is and how potato. Okay. It's actually pretty cool because you can make like voice sensing things. Accepted. Okay. Message blocks. Okay, so these things are pretty special because they send messages to different sprites. For example, when M key pressed, I broadcast, well, there's already one preset, message 1. Then, when I go over here, when I receive message 1, pop. So when it will broadcast the message 1, or basically like send, and then when it receives, it will play. So when I press M, it makes pop sound, and I'm not even touching the button. Basically it. Pretty cool. You can also do different messages like hi, and then start sound, record, hi. Hi. So then that means when I press M, broadcast hi, which is hi, and then broadcast recording 1, or play sound recording 1. I should hi. Hi. And there's also broadcast hi and wait. For this one, you have to wait until the whole script is finished until you press another one. So more smooth. So basically, if I put broadcast high and wait, and then broadcast high again, wait block, we'll get that later, wait 1 second, and high, it'll high, and then broadcast high and wait. Well, I'll show you the difference because. Okay, wait. When I receive by start recording, by okay, recording 2. Okay, now when I'm pressed, broadcast high and wait, and by and wait. Yeah. So if I wanted to do high. Okay, sorry guys, my computer ran out of battery. Okay, so yeah, the difference between uh broadcast and wait is that broadcast does it straight away, while broadcast and wait will make does like the whole script before moving on to the next one. I think that's all for events. Time for control. We're only doing these 3. Wait. Wait 1 second is basically just a pause. So when M key pressed, we switch costume to costume 2, and then costume switch backdrop to blue sky. So then when we hit go and click M, it will do that first, and then this. Wait 1 second, this. And if I do just this, we'll do both of them at the same time when I press M. Just like that. Pretty handy. And lots of scratchers use this in their tutorials. Repeat. Repeat is, well, repeat. It repeats the script the amount of times it's in here. So when M key pressed, switch costume to costume 1, then switch costume to costume 2. Wait 1 second. So we'll do this, let's say 5 times. And when I press M, 2, 1, 2. Okay, it's kind of glitchy because I didn't add another 1 second. Reset. And 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much it for the repeat block. Repeat block has not infinite amount of uses, so you can always put another one underneath it. So 1 2 1 2 meow. One, two, three, four, five. And then meow. So anything in the repeat loop will get repeated to the number of times forever. Forever is just a forever version of this. So it keeps going on until you press the stop button. Keeps going forever and ever and ever. Stop. There are different types of stop all, the script, and other scripts in Sprite. These are pretty useful to stop forever loops. So when we click stop all, press that, and then when just right click, we stop all. It stops everything inside, even in the button, even in the backdrop. Stops literally everything. 4 minutes. Oh no. And stop the script. Well, get to stop the script later. But stop other scripts when M is pressed and this fire is clicked. You will stop everything inside Scratchcat, but not button. It also keeps this thing going, so it doesn't do this one. So I can still press meow. Yep. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely time watching this tutorial video. And, well, think should be timing to end. See ya!